What? Moke kase back when. Y'all, I need to understand what y'all be dealing with. Because there be times I come on the camera, I read my shits, I don't have no problem. Like, I just did a video before this, I had no problem. Everything went off without a hitch. I go pee, I come back, I open the next story, and I almost trip sitting in this chair. Welcome to another video. I know a lot of you guys have been sending me birthday wishes, New Year's wishes, etc. So thank you so much. And of course, happy holidays. 2026 is going to be a good one. I feel it. All right. I really feel it. I really hope you guys have been enjoying the holidays. You guys are enjoying the free time. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we actually have another KRIK KRAK. A lot of them have been super long, so I'm saving them for like the end of the year. So that's why we're reading them now. If you'd like to send your stories, please make sure you guys do so. For those of you guys who get confused when you see my face on different channels or the background or the greeting is different, I do have multiple channels. This is my Haitian channel, aka my second channel. My main channel is named the Mademoiselle. That's where I do social issues, rants, reactions, and commentary based on Black social issues, scams, a little bit of teacher content, and a personal channel where I do advice, story times, The Mafia Speaks, which is kind of like a KRIK KRAK, but it's more personal stories that aren't spiritually related. So if you guys want to subscribe to my other channels, make sure you do so. When I'm not posting here, I'm more than likely posting on one of those other channels. Shout out to those of you guys who are on the Patreon, the membership of this channel, or on my main channel. Shout out to those of you guys that have done all of it. I appreciate you guys more than anything. Like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And did I say thank you for the birthday wishes? My birthday is January 5th. So if you're a Capricorn, comment down below. Are you a January baby? Are you an Aquarius? Comment down below. Let's get into it. Hey, Yvana girl. I originally found your page from your main channel when I was in middle school, but I loved your main channel down. But I don't know. Once YouTube started acting funny, your videos sort of got blacklisted from my YouTube page unless I went to search for you. Yeah, YouTube was fucking with my channel for a long time. I already told y'all, like, somebody sent some shit after me. Everything went downhill. It's a long story. But like I said, I was in middle school. I wasn't doing all of that. I have ran back on you, girl. Is that a new slang? I don't know. I'm 21 and in college. I've been enjoying your videos. I love your personality, especially because you're a fellow Capricorn. I see a lot of similarities between us. I've always been Christian. My granddad is a pastor. He doesn't really preach anymore, but he goes to church. Pastors don't usually step down from pastorhood. What's the tea? Go find out the tea. If you don't know the tea, there's tea there. Go find it. My grandma is devout. She go to church about 3 times a day, girl. Your family's hiding something. Nobody has to freaking go to church 3 times a day. Even the most devout people I know maybe go 3 times a week. But 3 times a day, what are we praying away? I already know where this story's going. And if you guys are not aware, I don't read these before I start reading. Okay? Like, I get on camera and we're reading this together. So with that being said, I grew up Christian, but I'm not sure of these holier than other Christians. Clock it. I'm 21, I sin every day, and I fuck up every day. Now, I believe and pray to only one God, but I believe there are other gods and entities out there. I believe voodoo is a thing, demons, possessions, and all of that. I just don't do it, but I don't knock other people's beliefs because I wouldn't want anyone to knock mine, you know? I just feel like certain things are demonized because of misunderstanding, and I feel like there is a bad apple in each batch. Like Christians, look at TD Jakes, he's a bad apple. But I'm not going to demonize the whole practice. That goes for everything. There's bad apples in Muslim religion, politics, voodoo, and you get the point. There are always going to be bad apples. So don't demonize stuff based off of a few bad apples. We have the same opinion. Yes, I love it. I started exploring stuff like this from my mom. Mom said to me one day, she read the Quran. Mind you, my mom is Christian. I've read the Quran too. I think it's actually way more entertaining than the Bible. That's the thing. I think all these books are entertaining. I don't believe any one of them. I hate to say, listen, I love a psalm. Okay, I've even thought about getting a psalm tatted. I think it's just a really good book, only because I don't trust humans. I don't trust humans, and the Vatican, okay, I'm Catholic if you're not aware. I went to Catholic school from pre-K to 8. You would think that I'd probably be more Catholic than I am, but I'm not, because I choose to ask questions and I choose not to be indoctrined. I choose to read and research on my own. For me, it's just like, for man to hold the Bible for that long and not alter it, change it, and remove it, which we already know there's at least about 100 books removed from the Bible. There's so many books that have been removed so that it could flow better. I don't like that. I do not like the fact that anyone could just wrote anything in there. That's why I don't 100% trust it. Like, I think it's a good tool. All of it, I think it's a good tool, from the Book of Mormon to the Quran to the Bible. I think it's a good tool. It's good to live your life just, right? But am I going to trust it 1,000%? Absolutely not. I trust it maybe 30%. A lot of it was removed when it comes to Bible. My mom is a very open-minded person, and it opened my mind too. That's how a lot of people should be. When I was younger in middle school, I used to have dreams, and my dreams used to be so vivid. Every time I woke up, I thought it would be weird because I could remember the dream so vividly. But I was in middle school, so I wasn't too worried until the dreams I was having started to come true. When the dreams would come true, I would get bad headaches, get woozy. It would feel like my body was in a different element. Happens to me every day. Welcome to the club. I'm watching the dream come true in front of me as I'm watching it in my head. It doesn't matter how long ago I had the dream. It would always come back to me when the dream was happening in real life. The first time I told my mom, she thought I was drunk, because when it happened, we were at a family event and there was alcohol gummies, and the kids did take one, but we weren't drunk. Who was supervising this party? Because why the fuck are kids drink? I don't know, whatever. I kept telling my mom and she was like, okay, let's go type shit. But after that, I was flabbergasted because I knew what I was talking about. Next dream was, I kept having this dream over and over again about my mom and a snake. My mom and her man at the time gave me a snake as a gift. I mean, I wish I got a snake. I really like snakes, but everybody in my life is terrified of them. That's why I don't have one. My man even told me, if I get a snake, I'm not ever coming over again. It's not even that deep. It's just a fucking animal. Middle school me was scared, but they were happy to give me the snake. Something's interesting about them giving you a snake. I don't know. I think there's more to it. I ended up taking it, trying not to be disrespectful, but I needed, what? Wait, I needed up? Okay, I think she meant ended up. I ended up killing the snake by putting it in the microwave and letting it blow up. I'm sorry, I can't. You microwave the snake? That's absolutely, listen, I was fucking with you, but that's inhumane. I hope this is not, maybe, is this a dream? Hold on, let me go back. Oh God, it was a dream. I had to calm myself down. Like, that's fucking scary. First of all, if this is a fucking dream, you microwave the snake in your dream. Okay. Essentially, I didn't have a dream. I don't know why this sounds familiar. I feel like someone I know had a very similar dream to this, and basically it was about someone stabbing them in the back in real life. I believe that's what the interpretation of the dream was, and then eventually we found out that like somebody in her life was just like, it was a lot. So that's what it's giving. Yikes. After the third time, I finally told my mom, and when I told her, she looked spooked. My mom is Christian, and you know the history of snakes in the Christian religion. Yeah. I asked my mom what happened, and she said they were no longer together. Oh wow, I skipped the whole part. Let me go back. My mom listened to me, but didn't say much about it. Like 3 weeks later, that boyfriend was gone, and I never seen him again. I asked my mom what happened, and she said they were no longer together. The man was the snake. That's absolutely nuts. After that snake dream, I prayed that night on my hands and knees to take the dreams away. That's literally what I prayed for, because I'm a middle schooler, and that was some scary shit. Like, I dreamed something and it comes true. I was terrified. So I prayed about it right away. Now, me being 21, I wish I didn't, because when I think back on it, it was a gift, but middle school me wasn't ready for that gift. I don't know what I should do. Wait, so it was actually a snake? Yo, somebody help me understand. Was it a real snake in real life that you killed, or is it a dream of the snake? I'm not going to pray for the gift back, because when I had the gift, I was ungrateful and I didn't want it. Let me go back and read this to myself, because I'm so confused. Did you actually have a snake and actually kill it in the microwave? I'm actually going to be thoroughly concerned if that's what you did. But yikes. Sorry, this is all over the place. I've been wanting to send an email. This happened when I was 18 and I met this man in the military. He ended up being very physically abusive. I'm so sorry you went through that. I used to just curl up and try to calm him down. But the last time he hit me, I snapped. I picked up the TV and hit him with it. The blowing up the snake in the microwave to hitting someone with the TV, I think you might have some sort of resent in your life or really bad anger issues. Like, obviously you should defend yourself, but hitting someone with a TV is insanity, because the TV is big as shit. You couldn't grab a knife. Okay, I'm not trying to tell y'all to kill people. Like, it's that a baseball bat, you know, something. A TV is actually a little crazy. Of course, it didn't go well because I was 18 and little. He was a grown ass man in his 20s. He ended up strangling me and giving me CPR to bring me back. If you tell me you stayed with this nigga after that, it's absolutely insane. While I was out, though, crazy things happened in my mind. I've seen my life flash before my eyes. I was a senior in high school at the time. I saw me walking across the stage before my eyes. I seen my prom flash before my eyes. And at the end, I seen my grandma. She looked me right in the eyes and said, "Get up. It's not my time." I woke up to this man giving me CPR. After that, I cut the whole situation off. Thank God. If he strangles you, he'll kill you. Like, that's a real thing. I ran away and never looked back. IDK if I was dreaming or about to cross over, but seeing my grandma spooked me because my grandma had died that same year. Never told anyone about this. I didn't know what that meant, exactly what she said. It wasn't time for you to go. Wake your ass up. Maybe there's more to it. The last thing I experienced was when I had a best friend for 14 years. We are no longer friends and haven't been friends for like 4 years. I just cut off my oldest friend because she was doing too much for me. But we fell off because I didn't like the person she was becoming. It was like her spirit shifted. She got pregnant at 15 and had a baby at 16. Ugh. I don't know, man. Shout out to all the teen moms. Y'all hand it to you. Shit, I'm 30 and every time I think about having a baby, I'm like, ugh. This is not what made me cut her off. When she started being a shitty parent, yo, you know, it's funny, part of the reason I cut off my oldest friend was because of that too. My mom and her mom were cool because that was my friend for a year, so we became family. But her spirit just started feeling really dark to me, and she started looking different. After I cut her off, I haven't seen her in years because I enrolled in college out of state. I was doing my own thing, but close to the last time I seen her, it was at church. Every time this girl goes to altar to get a prayer, she falls and starts having seizures. Oh, she's a demon. Or there's just, you know, a malevolent spirit in her. Not all malevolent spirits are demons, but yeah, there's something going on with her. My Holy Spirit is telling me she's possessed by something. My flesh is telling me she's on drugs. Oh, she's probably on drugs. Why don't you just ask? Oh, well, you're no longer friends. She more than likely is on drugs. My question is, can both be true at the same time? Yeah, I've seen it. Now that I'm 21, I don't think I have any gift, but I can sense energy very well. I can sense if someone has good or bad energy, same. Good or bad intentions, same. I can sense very well. I just don't know what to do. If I had siblings, I would ask them, but I am my mom's only child. My dad has an older daughter, but I don't fuck with her. Hey, same. Wow, we're like the same people. I've only seen and spoken with her one time in my whole life at a funeral. I would love to hear everyone's thoughts, and thank you so much for reading my story. Please stay strong with your videos because I love listening to them while getting ready for cleaning. Sometimes I listen to them while I do schoolwork. I love you and you are appreciated. Thank you so much. A lot of you guys have been sending me such kind words lately. I feel like for a long time, I kind of lost myself between 2024 and 2025 where I feel like I just wasn't good enough. My content wasn't good enough. I should be doing more. I truly do appreciate it. I appreciate y'all just telling me you like my content. In this case, I feel like your family's hiding something. Whatever it is that they're hiding is affecting you. Whatever it is they're involved with, whatever it is that they didn't do is affecting you, and you should get to the bottom of it before it is too late, especially with the fact that your mom keeps sitting there ignoring you. My mom did the same shit. There was a situation where I had a friend pass away and was murdered, unfortunately. I kept lighting a candle for him and the candle was going out like clockwork. Eventually, I lit a candle the final time. This could have been like 4th or 5th time. And the candle went flying across the room. I ran to my parents. I'm like, something's going on with this candle. This time, I was in college, maybe 22. My mom went with me to my room, like, let me go see what you're talking about. Saw the candle fly across the room. It was like, yeah, I don't know. And just, like, ignored the shit. And I'm just like, bitch. I'm not calling my mom a bitch, but like, bitch, you didn't see the candle fly. So it's like, yeah, they're trying to avoid telling you something that might be affecting you. Think it's not affecting you. They think whatever they've done is something that's not going to affect you. So that's why they haven't said anything. Now that it's affecting you, you need to speak up and find out whatever it is. Thank you so much for watching, always supporting, and most importantly, thank you for sharing your story. Leave some advice for the person down below. Be nice. Now this one is a tad bit longer, so let's get into it. Hey Yvana, I hope I spelled your name right. Firstly, I want to let you know I love your channel and I've been subscribed way back when you first did your videos explaining the various laws. I'm going to let you know that this may be a little lengthy and I'm going to go ahead and put in fake names from here on out. This incident happened about 2 years ago, 2023. My cousin recently graduated from college and he wanted to go on a weekend getaway to an Airbnb cabin. I'm going to call my cousin Jay. Initially, I was apprehensive about it because, for one, it was in a city that I wasn't familiar with. And even though I'm a Christian, I'm very open minded about all religions, cryptides, the unknown, and things of that nature. So I've never been the closed minded, hypocritical types that make Christians look bad. Shout outs to you, honestly. We need more Christians like you. I even had a whole debate with a minister on how mermaids were real. Oh my God. Wow. Yo, no wonder y'all be following me. It's like I literally have little bits and pieces of me in all of you, or you have little bits and pieces of you in me. I think it's time for me to start packing it up. I'm getting tired. But yeah, like y'all know what I mean, right? That is crazy. I actually had that conversation with a pastor years ago. I was very close with this cousin as if he was the little brother I never had. I'm my mom's only son and the only boy and baby on my father's side. It was almost obligatory to tag along. Out of all the great grandchildren in the family, I'm the oldest and somewhat protector of all my little cousins. Red flag number one was when he showed me pictures of the actual Airbnb. It was like a literal cabin in the woods. Now, not to sound racist, but I'm Black. I don't do any fuck around and find out stuff. Granted, my father is ex-military and actively hunts, so I'm familiar with wildlife. I know things are different at night, and I wasn't trying to stay in a secluded area in the middle of the woods. I've concealed my carry firearm and take it with me everywhere, so I told him the only way I would come is if I could bring that, and also my shotgun, a Maverick 88 security, just to be on the safe side, since again, we'll be in the woods in an unfamiliar city. We rented a car and headed out early that Friday morning. He said a few of his other friends were going to meet us there. I didn't really mind it because I was familiar with most of them. It should probably be a good idea to mention that I'm only a year older than him, so we're all within the same age range. First of all, the thing is with the woods, you have to be careful because the woods have their own spirit. If you've ever looked up survival stories like plane crashes or stories of people going missing in the woods, but somehow they've been able to survive with like no food, whatever, that's the spirits of the woods. And you don't fuck with the spirits of the woods. I actually just started reading about wood spirits last year, and it kind of scared the fuck out of me because I'm like, oh, well, I don't do woods. I like a park. I like a little trail. I like a little garden. You're not going to catch me fucking around in the woods because there's a lot of unknown in the woods. Just like how people are like, oh, there's a lot of unknown in the water that we haven't explored. There's a lot of unknown in the woods. A lot of people think it's just nature. It's really not. A lot of it is very, very spiritual. So you have to be careful where you go when you stay in these cabins or you're staying with or whatever it is that they're doing. But yeah, it was about a 3-hour drive to the Airbnb. Lost me at 3 hours. I'm taking a plane. Anything over 2, can we fly? Is there an Amtrak? I just don't like driving. And as I could hear the gravel shift under the tires, my sense of discernment crept in saying, you shouldn't be here, but you can't leave your cousin alone here for the weekend. I would have told that nigga, I will meet you when you come back. I would have took an Uber home all the time. There were 2 cars already there, so I assumed it was his friends. One of the cars I didn't recognize, but then again, I figured if he rented a car, maybe one of his friends did too. I went to a popular HBCU, historically Black college and university, in North Carolina, but my cousin went to a PWI, publicly white institution within the same city. This wasn't an issue because I'm friends with the people of all races, but you'll see how this plays in later. As we get all settled in, I jokingly asked Jay, what the fuck you gotten us into? Since we grew up together, Jay has always gotten us into some BS, and I always had to end up bailing him out. Whether it's him about to get jumped or him just plain old doing something stupid. But again, I felt uneasy. There was 8 of us there, myself included, 5 guys and 3 girls. The cabin was very big and fancy, I must admit. One of the friends, I'll call him Mark, was of European descent. It seemed like the ringleader of the group. However, I never met him before. He seemed cool, but since I didn't know him, I remained cordial yet observant of him. As the afternoon shifted to evening, we all got well acquainted. Bottles started popping, the grill started grilling, and of course, Mary J came to visit. The vibes were all good until it wasn't. The cabin had a large patio where we had the grill, lit by a huge floodlight, so Eve background was illuminated for about 50 or 60 feet off the patio. Luckily, it was surrounded by a mesh-like barrier, kind of like a screen door. Whenever I'm somewhere unfamiliar, I always limit my alcohol intake as to make sure I always am aware of what is going on. As you should, as everybody watching this should. By the time it was around 9:30, 10 o'clock, suddenly the woods got quiet. Definitely quiet. Where we could hear the crickets and rustling of squirrels, raccoons, possums, deer, whatever was out there. Now it was silent. The smell of the charcoal from the extinguished grill was overtaken by a weird, musky odor. I briefly went inside to grab a bottle of water while the others were outside. I hear one of the girls, I'll call her Kim, say, "What is that?" It was a scream, but you could hear the urgency in her voice. I would have hopped in the fucking car and went home. I really don't play, yo. I can't wait to start telling these stories on my membership because, like, I'm the friend. Let's go. I don't give a fuck. I don't have time. At this point, everybody was standing up, straining their eyes to see into the darkness. I'm seeing everyone go from a euphoric demeanor to almost fight or flight. I go grab my shotgun out of the room. You talk about some you black, but this is white behavior. White people love their guns. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope y'all not taking offense. We're all joking here. But, nigga, you want to go grab the shotgun? The first thought isn't retreat into the house and go to bed or get the fuck out of there. It's go and get my gun. Y'all bug the fuck out, yo. That's that southern shit. When I come out not knowing what to expect, David looks at me and says, "Why the fuck you got a gun for?" To which I respond, "Because I'm black and I'm in the woods. Why don't you have one?" If you're going to the woods, if you're going to somewhere unfamiliar, secluded, yeah, you should probably bring a gun or an axe. I don't know, a nunchuck, a bow and arrow. You should probably bring something to defend yourself. Hell no. Mark told everyone to stay quiet as we continued to search. That's when we see it. At first, we just saw the silhouette and appeared to be the shape of a coyote or maybe a wolf. But as it paced back and forth, it seemed to be a large black bear. Mind you, I've been hunting with my dad, so I've seen black bears before. It was on all fours, but it was no bear. Another girl, Amy, suggested that we throw a hamburger out to it. It shouldn't be funny, but all of our reactions felt like they came from a comedic horror movie. No, deadass, it's giving movie. Like, what? All whispering curses at her, asking if she was dumb. Because for one, no one was opening the screen door on the patio. And two, if you feed a wild animal, it will only come back for more. No, deadass. It turned and looked at us, and with the reflection of the floodlight, you can see its bright yellow-orange eyes. They had to be the size of golf balls or a little smaller than billiard balls. That's not normal. I start to raise my shotgun when Mark grabs the barrel and begs for me not to shoot it. You get the fuck out of here, Mark, before you get shot too. What do you mean, don't shoot it? Gonna get. I'm looking at him like the liquor must have probably hit him too hard. He then explained that for one, it hasn't approached us. Two, if I shoot at it and kill it, then it may attack. Not if it's dead. Once I shoot it, it will open up what flimsy barrier we had separating us, I guess. He had a point, so I lowered the gun, but still had my finger on the trigger with the shell ready in the chamber, preparing for the worst. It was looking dead at us, and even though we could only see its eyes in silhouette, the damn thing stood up. Maybe it's a bear, but the eye size is giving something else. Golf ball size, billiard ball size eyes, that's not any animal that I know of. I thought maybe it could just be a big bear until it started walking, again, very casually. Every hair on my body stood on end. Amy was to the left of me and I could hear her crying in a whimper, but I didn't dare take my eyes off this thing. After what felt like hours, even though it was mere moments, it turned around, still on two legs, and walked back into the woods. We all made it back inside and double locked all the doors, then all went to one of the rooms upstairs completely freaked out. One of the other guys suggested we leave, which would have been the logical thing to do if it wasn't nighttime. I would have been out. I look over at Jay, and for the first time since we got there, he was dead silent. I look him over and realize that he peed himself. We regained our composure. Nobody left the upper room. I didn't even bother bringing my Glock out because what would a 9mm do against something that big? If it's a bear, it will kill the bear. What are we actually talking about? Shoot it in the head. What are you talking about? We all asked the same questions. What was that? What do they want? What if it comes in? Suddenly, Mark uttered the word dogman. What the fuck is that? Dogman? Now I heard of creatures like Bigfoot, dogmen, Wendigo. I've never heard of dogmen. I also believe in the supernatural, which is why I don't play around when it comes to the night. That isn't our time to be out. Mark began to recount stories told to him by his uncle and grandfather and how they encountered one in the past. He told me that he begged not to shoot it because if I didn't get a clear, clean shot, we would all be as good as dead. It was more inquisitive about us instead of being predatory. Maybe it was because there were so many of us, or maybe because it just ate. I'll never know. No one slept that night. The next day, as soon as the sun was bright enough to clearly the tree line, we packed up and left as soon as we can. We left the food, the bottles, the toothbrushes, everything except our bags and personal items like clothes. I don't even know if Jay still talks to his friends, but one thing I do know is that I'll never go staying in the woods ever again. Thank you for taking the time to read my story. I hope you continue to be successful Black woman you are and continue to have a blessed life. Thank you so much. That was so nice. This is why you follow your discernment and you don't go fucking around and find out. One thing that I realized in life is that I've spent a lot of my life not following my gut and thinking that I was crazy and thinking that I was being judgmental and thinking like I was reading too deep into things. And then bullshit has happened. People have died. And it's like, damn, I should have fucking listened to my intuition, right? This is crazy as hell. First of all, let's look up Dogman. Dogman is a popular cryptid primarily associated with Michigan, described as a werewolf-like creature with a canine head, human-like torso, and bipedal stance, often with glowing eyes and an unearthly scream. While sightings date back to the 1800s, the legend gained mainstream fame after a 1987 radio DJ prank song, The Legend of Dogman, led to a surge in listener-reported encounters, solidifying its place in American folklore as a mysterious, elusive beast of the Midwest woods. I've heard of El Chupacabra, I've heard of Loch Ness Monster, I've heard of Lugau, I've heard of a lot of different things. But Dogman? Okay, let's see. 7 to 10 feet tall, covered in fur, with a wolf or dog-like head, human-like hands and claws, glowing eyes, amber blue or red, walking on 2 legs or on all 4s. This is actually scary. Most sightings occur in northern Michigan, especially Wexford County, but also in the Midwestern states like Wisconsin. Some folklore suggests sightings peak every 10 years, ending in 7. 2027, we will have another sighting. This is insane. Indigenous tales and accounts from lumberjacks in the late 1800s, like 1887 Wexford County incident, documented sightings. Chat, I don't want to keep looking into this. This is actually kind of creeping me out. I don't live in that area. That's probably why I've never heard of anything like that. I don't really know anyone in that area either. This is scary as fuck. If I would have seen some shit like this, chat, I don't even know. Now that I think I'm talking all this shit and I would have fucking left. No, I'd probably be frozen in fear. This is actually scary as fuck. I'm so happy you made it out safe. Your cousin, stay away from him. Limited interaction, only public interactions with multiple people around because he do too much. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you guys so much for always supporting me. If you want to share your stories, make sure you send it to the story right here on the screen. Everything you need is going to be linked down below. Shout out to all of you guys on the Patreon or the memberships. I'm going to be posting way more on the membership this year, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Shout outs to all my Capricorns. If you'd like to get me something, all information is down below along with my Amazon wish list, which will make it easier for you to send anything to me because there is no postage involved. You buy it off the wish list, it goes straight to my house. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Instagram for updates and see y'all next time. Bye.